Alright, I think we are live. What's up, everybody? New727 here, and today we are waiting to play Friday the 13th for the PlayStation 4. My thing stopped. I'd already been waiting about 2 minutes for a session, and for some reason it canceled itself out, so now we need to wait a little bit longer, because that's fun. Uh, so a quick Google search will show that this game's having some problems. I've been able to get into technically a session that I played like 3 rounds of. In the time that I've gotten into that session, I have probably waited close to an hour and a half just trying to get into a session. Basically, it can take up to 20 minutes to join a match. Most people say that's taking like 5 to 10 minutes for them. There's been a few times where I have waited about like 16 minutes, which is ridiculous. I played one match with random players, and I played a couple of private matches with Steven Stavinsky, and it's the game's a bit fucked up. It was fun for what I was able to play. It was actually really fun. One of the matches I played in one of the sessions I was able to get into, because once you join a session, you can just stay in that session and it'll like roll over to the next thing and all the same players will stay. I played like 2-3 matches of that. One, the game glitched out and I got stuck in one spot as we were about to escape and win. The other 2 went fine, and very intense game. Very like this game's scary as shit. It did a pretty good job on capturing the idea they were going for, and it could be very fun, but it's completely fucking broken right now. We're going on 4 minutes now. Again, I'd already tried waiting 2 minutes before I started the stream, and now we're at another 2 minutes, and still nothing. You'll see it periodically try to join a session and then just stop for no real apparent reason. You seem to have better luck if you're alone and you just try and join by yourself. If you're in a party, me and Steven Stavinsky were not able to get into a session at all. So yeah, we are waiting. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. There it goes. Checking for a session. Anything? Anything at all? Nope. Nope, not getting that one. Okay. So, apparently there's a patch coming, and it's coming soon-ish? They haven't really said. I believe the patch to help the issue has already gone live on PC and Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 has yet to receive any sort of fix for it, but it's a little disappointing because it sounds like the patch isn't really like an end-all fix for the problem so much as just improvements, so I mean, that could mean anything from no effect to, like, instead of waiting 20 minutes, you're waiting 15, which is still ridiculous. I really hope this gets sorted out soon, though, because I do want to. I do want to play this game. I do want to get into it because it's a really fun idea. There doesn't seem like there's a lot of content right now. There's only one game mode, and there's only like a handful of maps, and I mean, there's a good amount of counselors to select, and there's a good amount of Jason characters to select, but they all seem like it's the same situation at the end with them. There's not like a drastic gameplay difference depending on who you play as. So definitely needs more content, but like I could live with that if I could play. I mean, new content can get added down the road, but we can't even really come to an accurate conclusion as to whether or not the game is good. I will say this, though, like, the biggest issue, aside from the bugs I've encountered, is it does seem like there's a lot of balance issues. Like, there isn't really any way to beat or even really escape Jason. Like, if you go one-on-one with Jason, if it's just you and him chasing you, he will inevitably catch you and kill you. The best way I have found to deal with Jason is to get in a group of people and hope that he goes for somebody else while you run away. Which is fine, I guess, because that's kind of how it was in the movies. But they definitely need to work on that a little bit, give players more options on ways to escape him. We are going on technically 7 minutes now. Checking session for room. I don't know how many times it's gone through a session. Anything on this one? Nothing. This sucks. This sucks so bad. They need to fix this. Oh, dear. Well, once this gets fixed and once they add some more content to it, I mean, I think they got a great game going here. But it needs a lot of work. I don't understand. Like, games come out and they're buggy and that's whatever. Like, you can't catch everything and you can't fix everything before launch. But I don't understand how games launch with, like, widespread and consistent bugs. Like, that, to me, leads me to believe that either the testing was horrid and nobody really took a good enough look at things, or they were aware of the problem and made no effort to fix it. Literally everybody is having this issue, and some people are having it worse than others. There's people who have bought in the game when it came out about a week ago and have yet to actually been able to play, I've read. And how does that happen? How do you release a game that literally everybody's encountering the same problem, and it's the same situation almost every time you try? Apparently some people have had better luck with finding sessions, but it seems like pretty consistent that nobody can really get into a game. Even so, like, I've only read like once or twice of some people being like, oh, I haven't really had a problem. If you go into any like forum for the game or you go into their Twitter, it's literally just everybody's talking about like what's going on. I can't get into a session, and yeah, they're pretty accurate. Let's see here. Would knock out another minute. Checking session for room. That one just immediately was like, no. I will let this go to 10 minutes. If in 10 minutes we don't get into a session, I'm going to call it. Welcome to Friday the 13th. Thanks for trying to play. And it's not a full-priced game either. It's $40 in the PlayStation Store. I don't even think you can actually buy the game physical. It looks like that might have been like a special edition type thing. But like, the amount of content in the game, even for $40, is kind of asking a lot. And then, couple that with the fact that even if you spend the money, there's a good chance you won't be able to play. This is one of those situations where I'd go as far as to say, like, take it off the store until you fix it. Don't let more people flood into the game. That's to say, like, is this a server issue, or is this an issue, like, in the game's, like, own netcode? You also do have, like, pretty ludicrous pings, too, if you get into a session. If you look into the player list, you can actually see your exact ping. And it seems pretty consistent that people have pings of, like, 150 plus, if not higher. Which, with the type of game it is, it's very slow-paced. Like, that's not a huge problem. That's not... Like, if it was Call of Duty or something, that would be ridiculous, and it would be totally fucking up how you're playing. But in a game like this, it's really not that bad. I haven't really noticed any sort of lag, like, visibly in the game. Going on 9 minutes now. Technically 11. Again, I will give it the base amount that everybody seems to be saying they've been waiting, which is 10 minutes. And once I got into a session, I had no problem staying in the session. Like, I wasn't disconnected or anything like that. And so if you get lucky and get into a game and you want to play, you can just stay put and play, but you will be waiting a long time to find a session in first place. But I take that back. I think there was one time where I actually did get into a session and was instantly disconnected from just a network error. Apparently, I've been reading if a host leaves the session too, it will close the session. I don't really know if that's accurate or not, because I've been in a few sessions, or not a few sessions, but the one session I got into and the multiple matches I was in, a bunch of people left and came back, and we didn't experience any sort of disconnect with the host or anything. Maybe he didn't leave, or I don't know. Going on our 10th minute here. Come on. I'll let it check for one more. Searching for sessions, checking session for room. Anything at all? God damn it. I want to play. It was fun. It was pretty fun from what I played, even with the balance being fucked up and there not being a lot of stuff. I guess I'll go through these menus. You, as you progress through the game, you unlock more characters who have different stats. You also unlock clothing, so you can customize how your characters look. And you get CP, which is points you can use to roll for perks to give your character a boost. And the perks are random, and they have a rarity and what have you. I don't think it's a bad system. It's not the worst. I would like to have a bit more customization in the characters, both cosmetic and stat-wise. And you obviously have an overall level. Here's the Jasons. Yep, good selection of Jasons. They all have pretty different like strengths and weaknesses and abilities. They also each have a different style of weapon, which is cool. I like that. But, seems pretty rare that you, land as a Jason. At least from what people have said and what I experienced in the handful of rounds I was able to play. This is, like, the coolest looking one. I think. Is that, like, Freddy versus Jason? Or is Part 8 a totally separate movie? Alright, I gave it more time than I intended to give it. We're going on 13 minutes now. Fuck. Well, I mean, that's it, guys. That's the status of the game right now. As soon as it's functioning, I'll be sure to come out and get some gameplay going and do some streams. And, I mean, I would love to. I really want to play and get into this game, but it's not allowing it, and I don't have 20 minutes to wait for a session every time I'd like to play. Again, you can try going in and out of the search thing. That doesn't really have an effect on it. It seems very much consistent that it takes upwards. I'm going to say bare minimum 5 minutes to find a session. I have not, like, had the few times I was able to get in, the one time I got disconnected, and the one time I got in and stayed in. I think both of those were like 10 plus minutes. And, there we go, instantly failing to join. So, I mean, stay tuned for an update on the game, guys. Once they get this fixed, it should be pretty interesting to start seeing how it is. But as it stands right now, it's not happening. From what it seems to be a lot of players are doing, or joining, like, I don't know, like groups on Facebook and on the PSN and things, and arranging for private matches with each other. I actually... Even private matches aren't totally consistent with me. Sometimes I'll go to join a private match and I get an error saying, like, check your internet, yada yada. So even private matches don't seem to be a totally consistent thing. It worked that time, but, yeah. So, yeah, stay tuned for more. We'll see what happens.